plan at the moment is looking a little bit like a protect the AD carry comp with perhaps something else on top, but instead they go for the Galio, a little bit less damage than I like to see from a comp.
This is a very low damage composition. This is going to rely a lot on Fix. We talked about how he got fed on the Kog'Maw, but then he wasn't able to deliver. Now they're going all in on that. Previously, Chaos Latin Gamers earlier today played a Jarvan and Galio composition. Now it's the Shen plus the Galio. Little more protection, but it's not a Kog'Maw. It's a Xayah. A little bit more based around that mid-game power spike. Having a lane phase that does have good wave clear in it and could potentially bully. So I'm watching this bottom lane here, which is very strange because Chaos Latin Gamers, this is Fix and Slow going up against Rekkles and Jezzes. This is a risk that you are obviously willing to take as Chaos Latin Gamers, but it's a gamble.
But this is the point of the composition where you have to take gambles. If you want to beat Fnatic, if you want to secure perhaps that second spot in the group, you really have to take these risky plays, and you can see Rekkles and Jezzes, you have a relatively safe lane into this Xayah and Lulu as well.
Yeah, and right now you can see Rekkles, he had the barrier and then it was the heal for Jezzes, so just trying to have a neutral lane, and that's why I think this is so strange. Normally, we saw Caps yesterday drop the ball against Null, completely destroyed, solo killed twice in that game, had his turrets absolutely slaughtered straight down the mid lane, and it was an opening for Young Generation. Chaos Latin Gamers say, we're not going to do that. We don't think we can go through Caps. Maybe he learned his lesson. They're actually not trying to punch Fnatic where they're historically weak. They're trying to punch them right in the strong spot.
Sometimes you have to go for your opponent's strengths, use their strengths against them, Zyrene, use their weight against them, use their, perhaps, confidence against them as well in that bottom lane. But do you want to see how these junglers move early on, because Tearwolf is known especially as an aggressive early jungler. Broxah knows
side.
First Tower Blood for KLG, they'll be very happy with that. Broxah is starting up the Rift Herald and still Fnatic in a very slight gold advantage. Mantaraya is here to try and deal with this. Here comes Plugo as well. It's a 2v2, Cap's not on his way yet, and of course no Shockwave, because he already used that in the lane. Soaz with the Twisted Advance trying to dodge the shield of Duran, but there comes the taunt, and now Soaz is having to run up towards the top side. Here's the hero's entrance, Soaz so low, gets taken out. First blood, KLG as Mantaraya and Plugo combined. And it hasn't
map, so KLG want to just 1-3-1, use their mid lane, which would be their bottom lane now, their AD carry, and put them mid, siege down turrets, get objectives, because they just gave up the Cloud Drake. Get this, use this Rift Herald to try and push down that mid and get that next turret for themselves.
And you open up the map so much more when you get that mid tower, allowing you to play around the Shen, play around the Galio, play around these globals. They're also trying to play around Broxah getting knocked back. Here comes the TP by Soaz, but that's going to be a little bit too late here. Now, Fnatic decide to cancel the teleport and lose the Rift Herald, so it's a pure gain. They are getting that gold on towards them. Caps has finished the Leandri's Torment. Tearwolf gets jumped on here by Rekkles, looking for the recharge, but here comes the Galio, and perhaps Rekkles has been baited in, knocked back. Mantaraya there as well. The taunt drops up Fnatic at 5 members, and now Rekkles is still alive. Already we're going to see the KLG members falling lower and lower. The Shockwave double flash. Here comes the Featherstorm from Fix, but already Soaz has been able to kill Tearwolf. Slow dead as well. KLG had no damage, and Fnatic had the members to back up Rekkles.
Like we said, super low damage composition. Plugo, Mantaraya, Tearwolf, they had the tanks there. Slow gets there. Fix is the last one to show up to the party, and he's the most important person. He was the birthday boy.
He was the birthday boy, but he wasn't able to make the plays that he needed to do, and KLG gave a few presents over to Fnatic, but at the moment they're trying to be the party upsetters. There's the Baron falling, Fix dead as well, and now KLG have to run for the hills. Plugo caught out the explosive charge, doing a lot of work. He's going to get taken down eventually by Fnatic, and Fnatic will get 5 kills and secure themselves the Baron.
And Cap's gonna get shielded.
Mantaraya not quite able to make the big play he wanted to there. He goes down as well. 5-2 in favor of Fnatic. 2 towers to 3, but Fnatic now in a dominant position.
Almost.
Do I void rush? Do I void rush? Not quite. But Soaz is going to jump into the backline here. Comes the hero's entrance and knock up onto Mantaraya, but the root actually cancels the Galio coming into that fight. Redemption for Fnatic as they try and take down KLG in the base. 26 minutes in. Fnatic are not done with this fight yet, but perhaps Rekkles is done as he gets knocked in. The Stand United comes out to keep Fix alive. And KLG are now the ones on the back foot as Fnatic continue to pound down, to continue to step forward and say, KLG will take you on in your base. Cap splashes in, Fix goes down, and there's the double knock-up onto Mantaraya as well. He is going to go down to Pound Town as Fnatic continue to clean up kill after kill after kill in the base of KLG.
And Fnatic, we said that KLG had a composition where they're looking to protect Fix. The Orianna and the Janna able to get Rekkles every time he jumps in, and they make quick work of KLG.
Fnatic are going to secure the top spot in their group. Group C belongs to FNC 3-0.
And that's exactly what you want to see from that Pool 1 seed. That was a game that's reminiscent of the dominance that we've been seeing from some of those teams. 26 minutes and 51 seconds.
It took them some time. It took them some time to really come online. But what I love about it is the fact that they were willing to wait it out. They were willing to give up towers when they needed to. And they knew if they could get that one pick, that's when the game would turn in their favor.
Yeah, and Caps did a fantastic job of biding his time and just CSing. He knew that the CS advantage was going to be enough. His level advantage manifested itself at the Baron, and